Okay. Hi everyone. Today concept is xenon compounds. Okay. In second year chemistry, okay, here two xenon compounds are present. One is xenon fluorides. One is xenon fluorides. Second one is xenon oxyfluorides. Xenon oxyfluorides. Okay. In this chapter, you can discuss the xenon fluoride structure and preparation of xenon fluorides. Enough for that. And also, you can discuss the xenon oxyfluoride structures and preparation of xenon oxyfluorides. Okay, enough for that. Okay, I am starting with xenon fluorides. Xenon fluorides. Here three types of xenon fluorides present. One is xenon difluoride, xenon difluoride, xenon difluoride. Second one is xenon tetrafluoride, xenon tetrafluoride. Third one is xenon hexafluoride, xenon hexafluoride, hexafluoride. Okay, we will discuss for this compounds structure of this compound and also preparation of this compound. Preparation of this compound. Here also same structure of this compound and preparation of this compound. Okay. Now I am starting with xenon difluoride. Okay. Xenon difluoride. First, preparation of xenon difluoride. Preparation of xenon difluoride. How can you prepare xenon difluoride here? Okay. You can take any chemical reaction. This is a arrow mark. Okay. Left side the arrow mark represents the reactant. Right side the arrow mark represents the product. Okay. Here preparation of xenon difluoride. That's why product is xenon difluoride. That's why I am writing xenon difluoride symbol here. Why? Because you can prepare the xenon difluoride. That's why product is xenon difluoride. Okay. You can observe the chemical formula of xenon difluoride in here xenon atom and fluorine molecule present. That's why you can prepare the xenon difluoride. Compulsory you need xenon atom and fluorine molecule. Okay. Here xenon atom available in nature atomic form. Fluorine available in nature molecule form. That's why I can take xenon in atomic form, fluorine in molecule form. Xenon react with fluorine. It gives xenon difluoride. Which conditions you can applicable to here for the preparation of xenon difluoride? Here very important condition. You can take here excess of xenon and temperature is 673 Kelvin temperature and also 1 bar pressure. 1 bar pressure. Okay. Excess of xenon and react with fluorine at 673 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure. It gives xenon difluoride. This is preparation for xenon difluoride. Okay. Here I am writing in word form xenon. That's why xenon. Fluor F2 is a chemical formula of fluorine. That's why I am writing word form fluorine. Okay. Here this is a chemical formula of xenon difluoride. That's why I am writing xenon difluoride. Xenon difluoride. Okay. Excess of xenon react with fluorine at 673 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure. It gives xenon difluoride. It gives xenon difluoride. Okay. Now I am writing in word form for preparation of xenon difluoride. Excess of xenon on reacting with fluorine at 673 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure. It gives xenon difluoride. You can prepare xenon difluoride like this. Okay. Once again I am repeating. Excess of xenon reacting with fluorine at 673 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure, it gives xenon difluoride. This is a preparation for xenon difluoride. Here xenon react with fluorine at 673 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure, it gives xenon difluoride. The symbol of xenon is Xc. The symbol of fluorine molecule is F2. The chemical formula of xenon difluoride is XeF2. Okay. This is enough for the preparation of xenon difluoride. Okay. Next one. Now I am discussing about structure of xenon difluoride. Structure of xenon difluoride. Xenon difluoride structure. Okay. Compulsory, if given any compound, you know the structure. Compulsory, you know the hybridization. Then you can find out the structure of given compound. Okay. Given compound. Okay. What is hybridization? Okay. What is hybridization? I recall definition of hybridization. sp hybridization, sp2 hybridization, sp3 hybridization, sp3d hybridization, sp3d2 hybridization, sp3d3 hybridations are present in intermediate level. Already you know that. What is sp hybridization? One s orbital, one p orbital intermixing to form two new equivalent hybrid orbitals. These new equivalent hybrid orbitals are called sp hybrid orbital. This phenomena is called sp hybridization. You can observe here sp hybridization having two hybrid orbital. You can take any chemical compound, the central atom of that chemical compound having two hybrid orbitals, compulsory that central atom undergoes sp hybridization. You can observe the sp3 hybridization. One s orbital, two p orbital intermixing to form three new equivalent hybrid orbital. These three new equivalent hybrid orbital are called sp2 hybrid orbital. This phenomenon is called sp2 hybridization. you can observe the sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization having 3 hybrid orbital. 3 hybrid orbital. Okay. If you can take any chemical compound, the central atom of that chemical compound having 3 hybrid orbital. 3 hybrid orbital. Compulsory that central atom undergoes sp2 hybridization. Clear? If you can take sp3 hybridization, you can observe the definition of sp3 hybridization. 1s orbital, 3 p orbital, intermixing to form 4 new equivalent hybrid orbital. These 4 new equivalent hybrid orbital are called sp3 hybrid orbital, and phenomena is called sp3 hybridization. You can observe the sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization having 4 hybrid orbital. If you can take any chemical compound, in which chemical compound central atom having 4 hybrid orbital, compulsory that central atom undergoes sp3 hybridization. If you know the sp3 hybridization, then you can find out the structure of that molecule. Okay, that is another factor. Okay, I will discuss later that factor. Okay, you can observe the sp3 hybridization. 1s orbital, 3 p orbital, 1 d orbital, intermixing to form 5 new equivalent hybrid orbital. This 5 new equivalent hybrid orbital is called sp3 ad hybrid orbital. This phenomena is known as sp3 hybridization. Okay, if you can take any chemical compound, that the central atom of that chemical compound having 5 hybrid orbital, compulsory that central atom undergoes sp3d hybridization. Okay, if you know that central atom undergoes sp3d hybridization, then also central atom, the compound having one structure. Okay, sp3d hybridization. In case of sp3d hybrid orbital, 5 hybrid orbital present. 5 hybrid orbital present. Okay, you can take sp3d2 hybridization. Here also same, 1s orbital, 3 p orbital, 2 d orbital, intermixing to form 6 new equivalent hybrid orbital. These 6 new equivalent hybrid orbitals are called sp3d2 hybrid orbital, and phenomena is called sp3d hybridization. Compulsory, you can observe the sp3d2 hybridization. Compulsory sp3d hybridization having 6 hybrid orbital. If you can take any chemical compound in which the central atom having 6 hybrid orbital, that central atom undergoes sp3d2 hybridization. Okay. Next one, sp3d3 hybridization. 1s orbital, 3 p orbital, 3 d orbital, intermixing to form 7 new equivalent hybrid orbital. This 7 new equivalent hybrid orbital is called sp3d3 hybrid orbital. This hybridization is known as sp3d3 hybridization. You can observe the sp3d3 hybridization. 7 hybrid orbital present. 7 hybrid orbital present. Okay, if you can take any chemical compound, thus in which central atom having 7 hybrid orbital, that central atom undergoes sp3d3 hybridization. If you know the hybridization, then you can find out the structure of any compound. If sp hybridization, the structure of compound is linear. If sp2 hybridization, the structure of compound is trigonal planar. Okay. If sp3 hybridization, the structure of compound is tetrahedral. If sp3d hybridization, the structure of compound is trigonal bipyramidal. If sp3d2 hybridization, the structure of compound is octahedral. If sp3d3 hybridization, the structure of compound is pentagonal bipyramidal. Okay. If you know the hybridization, then you can find out the structure of compound. Okay. Structure of compound. Hybridization is equal to, okay, hybridization is equal to number of hybrid orbitals. Clear? Number of hybrid orbital. if you know the how many number of hybrid orbital present in the central atom of given compound, then you can find out the hybridization of that central atom. You can find out, you know, the hybridization of central atom, then you can find out the structure of that compound. Clear? Okay. You don't know number of hybrid orbital. You don't know hybridization of that central atom of that compound. Then you don't know structure of that compound. Okay. I give one trick for find out the number of hybrid orbital given any compound. If you can find out the number of hybrid orbital, then you can find out the hybridization. Okay, you can find out the hybridization, then you can find out the also structure of that compound. Clear? Okay, I give one trick, that is number of hybrid orbital given any compound is equal to the valency electrons of the valency electrons of central atom plus valency electrons of bonded atoms into number of bonded atoms present in given compound. Okay, if you know the only chemical formula of any compound, then you can find out the number of hybrid orbital. You know the number of hybrid orbital, then you can find out the hybridization of that compound. You know the hybridization of that compound, you can say the structure of that compound. Clear? Okay. One trick, that is how many number of hybrid orbital present in given any compound. Okay. The principle is the valency electrons of central atom plus valency electrons of bonded atoms into number of bonded atoms present in given compound. For example, one value is coming from this above expression. Okay, that value between 2 to 8. Clear? If in case that value 9 to 56, if that value between 2 to 8, that value division with 2. If that value between 9 to 56, that value division with 8. Okay. After division, some value is coming. That value is equal to number of hybrid orbital. Clear? Number of hybrid orbital. Okay. From above expression, some values are given. Okay, some values are coming. Okay, that value present between 2 to 8. This value division with 2. Okay, it gives some value. That value is equal to number of hybrid orbital. But okay, in case other factor, if that value present between 9 to 56, this value division with 8. Okay, after this expression, some value is coming. Okay, that value equal to also number of hybrid orbital. Okay, you know the number of hybrid orbital is equal to 2 sp hybridization. You know the number of hybrid orbital 2 sp hybridization, 3 sp2 hybridization, 4 sp3 hybridization, 5 sp3d hybridization, 6 sp3d2 hybridization, 7 sp3d3 hybridization. Okay, here very important. What is valency electrons? how can find out valence electrons of central atom and how can find out valence electron of bonded atom. Okay, simple trick. Valence electrons is equal to valence electrons of any atom is equal to group number of that atom. Clear? Group number of that atom. Group number of that atom. Okay, clear? Okay. This is a this is a principle for finding number of hybrid orbital given compound. Okay. This principle applicable to xenon difluoride. Okay. Number of hybrid orbital is equal to okay. Here central atom is xenon. Okay. Valence electrons of central atom is equal to xenon belongs to 8th group or 0 group. That's why xenon having 8 valence electrons. Clear? 8 valence electrons. Xenon having 8 valence electrons. Xenon general electron configuration is NS2 NP6. General electron configuration is NS2 NP6. That's why xenon having 8 valence electrons. 8 valence electrons plus fluorine belongs to 7th group. Fluorine belongs to 7th group. That's why valence electrons of fluorine is 7. Valence electrons of fluorine is 7. 7. Okay. Into how many number of fluorine atoms present in a given xenon difluoride? 2 atoms. Okay. Finally, 8 plus 14 is equal to, okay, 8 plus 14 is equal to 22. 8 plus 14 is equal to 22. Clear? 8 plus 14 is equal to 22. Okay. This value present between 9 to 56. 9 to 56. Okay. That's why you can division with 8. You can division with 8. 8 2 ja 16. 8 2 ja 16. 8 2 ja 16. Okay. Remainder 6. Okay. This value below the 9. That's why again division with 2. Again division with 2. Okay. Totally 6. Okay. Here 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. This 5 is equal to hybrid orbital. This 5 is equal to hybrid orbital. If given any compound, the central atom having 5 hybrid orbital, that undergoes which hybridization? sp3d hybridization. That undergoes sp3d hybridization. You don't know the hybridization of xenon difluoride, but you can find out the hybridization of xenon difluoride. You know the chemical formula of xenon difluoride. You know the chemical formula of xenon difluoride. That is, number of hybrid orbital is equal to valency electrons of central atom plus valency electrons of bonded atom and number of bonded atoms present in given compound 2, that is equal to 22. This value present between 9 to 56. That's why you can division with 8. This value. Okay. 2 here 6 is remainder. 6 is okay. 6 is present between 2 to 8. That's why again division with 2. Finally 2 plus 3. 5. 2 plus 3 value is 5. Okay. Number of hybrid orbital is equal to 5. If any compound, the central atom having 5 hybrid orbital, that undergoes sp3d hybridization. Very, very important. But another factor is also, if sp3d hybridization having any central atom, the structure of compound is trigonal bipyramidal. Trigonal bipyramidal. But in which all are bonded electron pairs. At this situation, the compound having trigonal bipyramidal. You can observe the xenon difluoride. In xenon difluoride, okay, number of lone pair of electrons is equal to 3. How can you say that? Number of lone pair of electrons is equal to, how can you say that? 3. Okay. Have also wondering, then find out the number of lone pair of electrons in given compound. Okay, that is lone pair of electrons. Lone pair of electrons. Lone pair of electrons is equal to number of hybrid orbital. Number of hybrid orbitals. Number of hybrid orbitals minus bonded atoms. Bonded atoms. Already you know that number of hybrid orbitals, this compound is 5. How many bonded atoms are present? Here 2. How many bonded atoms are present? Here 2. Okay. Finally, number of lone pair of electrons is equal to 3. Okay. Very, very important. According to Esper theory, you know that Esper theory. Okay. This is discussed in first year. Already you know that. According to Esper theory, the central atom having sp3d hybridization and also having 3 lone pairs and 2 bond pairs. 2 bond pairs. The structure of that compound is linear. Structure of that compound is linear. Finally, xenon difluoride structure is linear. Hybridization is sp3d. Hybridization is sp3d. Okay, sp3d. Here you can observe. Okay. Clear? In xenon difluoride, central atom xenon undergoes sp3d hybridization. sp3d hybridization. sp3d hybridization. Okay. sp3d hybridization. First one. Next one. According to Esper theory, xenon difluoride having linear structure. Why? Because in which xenon having 3 lone pair electrons, 2 bond pair electrons. That's why structure is deviated. The final structure is linear structure. Okay. In xenon difluoride, around the xenon atom, 3 lone pairs of electrons and 2 bond pairs of electrons present. 2 bond pairs of electrons present. Okay. Once again repeat. Xenon difluoride, xenon is a central atom. That's why xenon undergoes sp3d hybridization. Okay. Already we are finding out from using that principle. According to Esper theory, xenon difluoride having linear structure. Why? Because in xenon difluoride, central atom having 3 lone pair of electrons and 2 bond pair of electrons. If central atom having sp3d hybridization and also having 3 lone pair of electrons and 2 bond pair of electrons, the structure is linear. That's enough. Okay. Xenon difluoride, around the xenon atom, 3 lone pair of electrons and 2 bond pair of electrons present. Okay. We are drawing the xenon difluoride structure. Okay. This is a xenon central atom bonded with 1 fluorine atom here. Here bonded with 1 fluorine atom. 3 lone pairs are present. This is a 1 bond pair electrons. Bond pair of electrons. Here 1 bond pair of electrons. Here 1 bond pair of electrons. Here 1 bond pair of electrons. Okay. Here 1 lone pair electrons. Here another lone pair of electrons. Here another. This is the final structure of xenon difluoride. Structure is linear. Structure is linear. Structure is linear. Okay. Finally, give the conclusion. Hybridization is sp3d. Structure of xenon dichloride is linear. How many number of total electron pairs is equal to 5. Number of lone pair of electrons is equal to 3. Number of bond pair of electrons 2. Number of bond pair of electrons. This is total about the structure of sp2 xenon dichloride. Xenon atom undergoes sp3 dehybridization. According to as per theory, xenon dichloride having linear structure. Why? Because xenon dichloride undergoes sp3 dehybridization, but in xenon atom having 3 lone pair of electrons and 2 bond pair of electrons. That's why structure is deviated. Okay, final structure is linear. Okay, here number of total electron pairs is equal to number of hybrid orbitals. That's why number of total electron pair is equal to 5. Number of lone pair of electrons is equal to 3. Number of bond pair of electrons is 2. Okay, today's class is completed.